Like you said, there seems to be a need for solid vets at the end of a lot of NBA benches, but why is it so hard for guys that should be on NBA rosters to actually get on NBA rosters?
Part of it is the way it's collectively bargained with these two-way deals. I think you can have 2 or 3 two-ways, so teams are investing in that. So that's one thing, and another thing is how talent is being evaluated. You got to understand, if you're asking the vet to come in, it's not like the vet trying to come in and be the max player.
Mm-hmm.
Like a guy like me, if I come to a team, I'm not coming to the team and trying to shoot step back threes and all that. I know exactly what my role is, and I'm going to be excited to play my role, which is maturity, which you need that on the team in the locker room. So I think the evaluators are looking at these guys can do this, they can do this, you can do that, do that. But when you call them to your team, that's not what you're going to ask them to do. You need to be looking at the fit you need that guy to play and find the best player, regardless of age. Is he capable? Is he in shape enough to do that role? And if he is, that should be the guy that get called up. You know, it's only 3 guys on the team that's going to be able to open up their bag unlimitedly. Other than that, you got to know how to run to the corner space, catch and shoot. If you're a backup point guard or a third-string point guard, organize the offense, ball security, know how to play defense, get everybody, because in the playoffs, especially playoff teams, that plays a big role. It ain't about scoring 15 or 20 points. It's about when you on the court and your team is down by 4 and the starters come back in, are y'all still down by 4? Are y'all down by 10? Or are y'all up by 2? That's what veteran players understand. And we ain't out there trying to get our game off.
Yep.
We out there trying to fit the team.
Time score management.
Exactly. And I think the league is missing that right now. Two is too young. Obviously, you got a lot of young talent that deserves to be in the league. You know, I ain't never gonna hate on no basketball player, but the end of the bench should be guys that are veterans that can stay in shape, keep the locker room and the practice atmosphere positive, and be a good example for young, talented players. That's what should be and then guess what? If a guy goes down and get injured, you know a veteran, he ready. He been training, he's been watching film because he practicing and doing stuff with the young guys every day, playing ones, running sprints after games, after practice. So you know he ready, and he's been in the league for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, so you know the moment not gonna be too much for him because he done it. You ain't gotta guess, he's done it. And I think we've gotten away from that, and we need to get back to more of that.
I know Gil and I talked about this in the group chat a little bit, so I already know maybe where the direction is he going to go, especially with the Lance thing. So I want to kind of go in a direction of knowing how these guys, vets, are willing to accept that role of being the professional example, right? And maybe you're not going to get your number called to come in the game and give us what you know you can give us, right? But it's more so to be on this team and be an example of a professional. Knowing that I'm not going to call your number, but you need to be an example for these young guys to tell them how to stay ready.
Exactly.
I'm in here working out. I'm on the treadmill. I'm showing you getting shots up.
I'm sitting on heat pack, so when he called my number, I'm warm already.
I'm here before the game. I'm working out with I'm here with the trainers. I'm making sure I'm eating right, you know, and I'm getting my sleep. Like you said, the dress code, dressing the right way. I'm being an overall example to the point where they're calling me here not necessarily for the team necessities, but for the player necessities. We need you to be a mentor more than a playmaker. And with Lance, it's like, I remember when I was in that position where they wanted to know, was I mentally capable of adjusting to maybe not playing, me not having to have to prove myself that I could play. And I look at the Carmelo Anthony situation when Houston, Portland, and it's like him accepting the role of, I'm not the star guy, can I come off the bench? Lance Stevenson, can you be the guy that can accept not playing? Can you, because you want to prove that you can still play. That's the narrative. I want to prove that I'm still playing in the G League because I can prove I can still play. But when you get your opportunity, are you going to be disgruntled about not playing?
That's a fair question. And as a vet, you have to evaluate yourself and know if you want to be in this league, that's what you have to do. I can't speak for him, but I know some vets that will gladly accept their role.
Right.
Because guess what? You only really care about what your peers think. And guess why you prove that? That's practice. That's pickup, that's practice. Like with the young guys, so I play with G League at night now. I know I'm not there to play 25, 30 minutes a night. I know that. But in practice, I'm first in the sprints. When we playing 4-on-4, 5-on-5, that's where I can prove that I can still play. But it's about them getting better. And the vets who are trying to get back in the league, that's what they have to accept. You have to accept that or you won't even get an opportunity.
It's not even about playing, right? It's about an investment, right? You're spending all this money on players and you don't have anybody to teach them how to be basketball players outside of the court.
Yes.
Right? And that's what it was. I didn't know how to be a basketball player outside of the court, right? So that's where, I got in trouble. Until I had to learn how to be professional and be everyone's watching you, right? When you go out, don't drink liquor in front of people.
Go home and
right? To this day, before the show, I can say I don't drink, and no one will have any evidence of it because I came in with a Gatorade bottle full of liquor. But it's a Gatorade bottle.
Right.
Drink Gatorade, drink water, get drunk before you get to the club, right? Don't show people that you're drinking in public. You don't want that image out there. So a veteran had to tell me that. That's what NBA needs to invest in. You're investing in the older guys, right? 14, 15, 13, you're not getting in the game anyway. Those guys can teach these guys, hey, we have a big game today.
Yeah.
We're gonna back it up, right? Hey, we're gonna go out, get a little eat, and we're gonna get back to the room.
Yep.
Right? Don't stay at the strip club very late. Don't, going to the club, ending the club with the lights on. No, we don't do that.
You step in, step out.
No, we don't do that. You go in, spend about an hour and a half, get what you're gonna get out of there.
Yep.
Right? Make sure you tell someone that this girl came to your room, you let the front desk know, you let the team security know, boom, boom, boom. So if anything happens.
You got your alias name, don't put your name.
You know what I mean?
Like get your non-disclosures ready at the door so they turn them phones off.
But that's what I said. They teach you how to move, right? They teach you how to be a professional. You're a veteran for a reason. The veteran means you've been in this motherfucker for a long time.
Been there, done that.
You know what I mean? The Jawan Howards.
Yes.
That was my
You've been in here for a long time. You was a star. Now I need to learn everything that you've learned this whole time. That's what it is. It's the cliff notes to be a star.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yes, and that's what they're missing.
John Walker.
Enjoy your vices at home. That's one thing.
Enjoy your vices at home.
If you have a vice that could get you in trouble, enjoy your vices at home.
Tron taught us one thing. He said, man, you ain't got to always go to the party. Bring the party to you. Hey, no, we ain't going to Magic City. We in Atlanta. No, I got them all coming to the telly. Don't even worry, brother. Just bring some ones. You good. And you're not going to stay all that late. You're going to be in, you're going to be out. Just want you to show you what this other side look like when you ready.
Yep.
Right? You don't have to go out and be out all times of the night and woo. Hey, come to the room, do.
And this is what your rep's supposed to look like if you're trying to be a max player. You want to be a max player, this is what the max players do.
This is what
they don't do the same work that the role players do. Their recovery is different.
Yep.
They reps his endurance and his shoulder and elbow gills is different than everybody else's. Because guess what? When all else fails, he got to show up.
Yep.
They showing up to the game, he's a headliner. So young fella, if this is the path you're taking, if we taking 250 makes a day, you need 500 a day. And in the summer, you got to double, triple that a day.
Then you got to get a massage.
You got to massage afterwards.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, all that. But guess what?
Get your chef.
You only know that.
You need it from a player, not a coach. You don't need it from. It's different when a player is saying it versus when a coach is saying it. It resonates different. And that's why you need vets.
You know what happens though? I think sometimes that the general managers and all these guys, they look at a player that had like problems, right?
Yep.
And then they assume that the player who got in trouble at 21 is the same player at 35.
They haven't grown yet.
Like, well, what is wrong with you? The thought of that is like a father to son.
Yes.
If a father is a gangbanger, he don't want his son banging.
You know what's gonna happen.
Right? He knows the ins and outs of what's gonna happen. Right? Like with Chris Brown in the All-Star game. You're penalizing a dude when he was he's 30-something with children.
Man.
You're still talking about what he
Not
did
even
when he
the
was
same person. He's changed 3-4 times.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, come on, like the ideal of this is who he still is just eludes me sometimes. And that's what I think the NBA gets stuck with, or just people, period. That these people are still the same and they haven't grown. The only thing that hasn't grown is you, technically, because you're still thinking about a motherfucker that did something 20 years ago. That's the problem.
DeMarcus Cousins. He's upset with the fact that he don't know why they won't give him another chance. And it's because the attitude problems that he had and that's why it's important to tell these young kids to know, like, your perception of you and your reputation will follow you everywhere you go.
Yes.
Any interview you do, trying to clear up what happened, they're gonna use that, oh, here you go. Blaming somebody else. It ain't your fault. It was his fault. It was their fault. It's like, but I'm just trying to tell the story of what happened. But it's like nobody gives a fuck about what happened because you are the problem, right? But it's like, no, but I'm 40 now.
But they'll hear something about you, may not even be true, but they'll trust the person saying it. So no matter what you do, and that's bigger than just basketball. That's life too.
That's just like period.
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean?
People who's just stuck. Whenever they talk about somebody, they're talking about who they were 10, 15, 20 years ago, and it's like, man, you still on that?
Yeah.
And so you ain't grown.
You ain't grown at all.
And some of these dudes are young decision makers. I don't even think they know some of the. Need to do their homework on some of the veteran players. They don't even know some of them.
Yeah.
And so they need to do their homework and stop using just analytics.
Right.
If you bringing in a vet, you ain't bringing him in for analytics.
No. I need him to groom him to be the next.
Because he's been here. He's empathetic to the situation. He know. Like we talk about Zion, and you look at a guy like Zach Randolph.
Oh, would have been vital.
How Zebo could give someone like him an opportunity to, hey, look, I had the same type of body fat problems you had, bro. And I was hungry too. But you know what I did to become an all-star? You know what I did to maintain the 20 and 10? Man, I did these things.
Yep.
Stayed out of trouble. I did this. When the work called me, I left them on red. I ain't call them back until I was done with my workout. You want to go text them mid-workout? I'm taking a break. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna be there in a second. Come on, man.
Discipline is the biggest thing when you're in the NBA, man. It's like it's one of those things where you have all the money in the world and all the time to not get in trouble. That is the problem. I got all the money and the time to not get in trouble. And you're gonna have to really police yourself. So if you don't put like rules in for you to just be great, then you fall to all the elements, right? The last thing you wanna be is someone who's addicted to the NBA life. That is the worst thing, right? That's like
the life without the work.
Yeah.
Guess what? The life won't last long.
Man, like you don't want to be like you want to be a partier, a drinker, and then going to the club, to the strip club, spending. You don't want to be all the elements of an NBA player, right? You want to have some structure in your life,
and then have small
pieces of it.
I get an ultimate testimony to that. That's a great fucking segue point for. I was just talking to my sister about this yesterday. I never set any goals beyond shaking David Stern's hand and putting on that hat. I never set a goal beyond that. There was never an all-star. There was never a all-NBA, none of those things. And I always accomplished all of my goals that I set, but I never set a goal beyond that, which is why my career never went past the contract extension of the 4-year minimum. I never set no goal because the lifestyle engulfed me. And it was like, yo, this lifestyle is where it's at. And then I got Kevin Garnett as my teammate showing me the next level of it, which still didn't make me set a goal to say, all right, I'm gonna do this. And the conversation me and him and Sam Cassell had a conversation of, okay, Shadi, what you gonna do? What you gonna do this year? I mean, most improved, 6 million a year maybe. Cool, that's when I averaged my 15. And I felt like I had reached a certain pinnacle because I was in that conversation of most improved 6 million a year. But after that, it was like, work. I can get on this TV show. I'm rapping. I want to be in movies. I wanted the lifestyle of the NBA and engulf you. But it was the leadership. Once he left, I was on a younger team. started dating a Kardashian, and it took over. So it's like the young guys got to understand that there is a difference between that lifestyle aspect
And being a pro.
and being a fucking setting goals.
Setting go-
Because you can go and accomplish those goals as long as you know what the goal is. And I can honestly say I never set those goals. And that's the reason why I can't have conversations about being an all-star or conversations about being the GOAT or none of that, because that was never an aspiration of mine until I was out of the league and I'm looking back like, damn, I never really had a goal outside of shaking this nigga's hand.
You know the funny part is, most of us don't, right? We get to the NBA, our goal.
Just to get there.
Our goal was to get, and this is the only thing that saved me was a conversation with Mullen. I'm sitting there just fucking around in the gym, and he said, "What was your goal?" I was like, "To be an NBA player." He said, "Okay, congratulations, you're here. Now what's your next goal?" Huh? You're an NBA player, goal set, boom.
Yep.
Now what? And then I said, can I sit back and think about this? Because I never. So I came back the next day and then gave him my goal, and then he said, "Now prepare for these goals."
Boom.
That was the only thing. Remember, I'm not playing, so I don't know what to do. I don't know what the NBA lifestyle is. I don't know nothing. I'm not being a cynic. But when he asked me that question and said, "What is your goal now?
Yeah.
You already did this. What is your goal now?" And then I had to sit back, come back, and I was like, "All right, I want to do this, this, this." He said, "All right, now work for that."
And that's a vet.
That's a real
That's a
vet.
fucking vet.
And he wasn't even
Chris
a player.
Mullen.
He wasn't even a player.
He's still a vet.
Yeah, he was in management.
was a player.
Yeah, he was a
And that's
player.
why he gave you that
And
whole
he had-
assessment.
And he had an alcoholic problem when he played, and working out all the time took him out of it.
Yep.
So that was
That could take you out your vice.
and that took him out of his vice. So now I'm dealing with a guy who his vice is playing basketball to get rid of another vice. So that's what I'm saying. And then Mark Jackson, like these guys, like I was blessed. I'm not even gonna lie. Mark Jackson, who used to wake me up and bring me to the gym and say, "Don't look at these dudes, he ain't playing. Don't look at these dudes right here." He said, "I played the last 25 games of the season." I would never forget this, man. He said, just like you ain't playing, he said, "I did not play no games. Everybody got hurt. I played the last 25 games of the season, the last 25, and signed a contract for $25 million. Every game was worth $1 million to me." He said, "So it don't matter how you start off, man. These motherfuckers gonna go down. They're gonna get disinterested. He's gonna call your name. When he calls it, make sure you're ready." Every game I played was worth $1 million. And I was like, well, damn.
You need 2 or 3 OGs on the team that's like
Man.
that from each position.
'Cause they
Letting
know.
these young dudes who sit for 20, 30 straight games, like, "Hey, young fella, yeah, man, I've been pitching for 30 games. What can I do?" Hey, it's a long season, 82 games
82
season.
games.
And we might make the playoffs. It might be 95 game season. Trust me, it can turn around, and it can turn around quick. Linsanity happened for 2 weeks and changed his whole life. Only 12 games. People think he had a great season. He went crazy for 2 weeks, 8 games. His life was never the same.
Man.
So you got
Ramon Sessions?
Ramon
Sessions.
Sessions' life changed forever.
Yes, bro. So you look at the Bones Highland situation we was talking about. Bones Highland
Gotta
is a
stay
young
ready.
fella. Is like, man,
Stay ready, young fella.
man, I'm fuck this shit, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Somebody get hurt in the playoffs and you make 2 threes and win them one playoff series.
But you can't get
be
that
bi-
opportunity
if
when
you
you in
bitter.
the doghouse.
But as I said, but the
You gotta be
doghouse,
ready, right?
most of the time we all know how it works, man. If a player is in the doghouse with the coach, whoever hangs around that nigga, you in the doghouse.
You're in the doghouse.
Unless you an OG vet.
Unless you're an OG vet.
That's like, come on, young fella, I'm gonna stay with you. We gonna run.
Yeah, we gonna show him how we working.
Yeah.
We working to get out this.
Let's run
fucking
these,
doghouse.
run these sprints. Let's get these shots after practice. Hey, we ain't played, so we ain't tired. We gotta run these. We gotta
Like
do
that's what I said. Sometimes you play the game within the game.
Yep, gotta play the game within the game.
within the
But,
game.
to piggyback on that, play the game within the game. A lot of young players don't know what the
Fuck that mean. Yeah, you're right.
and we don't explain it to them.
Guess who
Because
can though?
You can, but we don't.
No,
That was the thing for
that's
me.
The vet, guess who can?
The vet.
The vet, right. But
Tuh.
when I was in the league, I kept hearing that. Play the game, young fella, play the game. I'm like, yo, why you keep fucking saying that? What the fuck is the game? It's like, you know. Nah.
Come
on, man. You know.
We assume.
And it's like, it's kissing ass, saying yes, sir, getting there early. But it was like, bro, I don't know about all that.
Bringing
like,
that fake energy. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All that. But we're not being taught that fake energy.
Bring that fake energy.
We're not talking that rah, rah, rah. The shit you was talking about PJ Tucker supposed to bring to show bones. This is how you supposed to do this fake shit, my nigga. You got to play the
Fake
game.
it till you, hey, just like in life, fake it till you make it. Same thing with the NBA. There was times where I was taught, hey, fake it till you make it. So I go to the gym, right? Go to the gym, go to state, and then I'm tired. Like I got there 4 a.m. Nigga, I didn't shoot no shots, right? But I did this. Turned it on 1 second, shot the ball, boom, throw it back in it, boom. That motherfucker got 890-something shots, throw the balls everywhere, be in that motherfucker just sleep. So when they come out there like, who shot? Oh, Gil out here shooting 800-something shots. I didn't shoot not one. Didn't shoot, but I made it look like it.
Yeah, I don't.
Right?
You played the game.
I don't know if that's the best advice.
Coming there early every single day, like going to sleep early, waking up at 5 to beat the general manager there. So when the general manager pull up and he see the lights on, it's Gilbert every single day, beating him even if I don't show up, he thinks I did, right? Coming in there, come on guys, hey, we're about to beat him. Hey, keep your head up, right? Just, it's playing the game. Like when Pat Bev told Kenya Martin, son, when they call your name, get up and run. That might be the game you might need to play to get some more time. Like they call your name and you running, and coach says, oh, he really want to get in.
You don't feel entitled.
He gonna feel excited about putting you in all the time. This is how y'all supposed to do it, y'all. When I call your name, you run. Those are it's just little things you gotta do to put yourself in good graces.
And
It's good graces, man. If it's called kissing ass.
And that matters.
If it's called kissing ass, just like anything in life, right? If you a boss, how would you want people to come to you? Do you want them to say, hey, or hey, Mr. Johnson, hey, you got any work to do?
Yes, Mr.
Hey, how you
Johnson,
doing?
yes,
Hey,
sir.
how's your family? Oh, shit, my family's good. Happy birthday, Mr. Johnson. Oh, how'd you know it's my birthday? Oh, what's your name?
Believe it or not, that goes a long way.
People, like,
But it's a clash.
Take some humility.
yes.
It's a
someone
clash.
has to teach you.
It's a clash with what we would consider, I'm too real. I'm a real nigga.
Yeah.
That'll get you real.
When I
broke.
heard, listen, that's what my clash was. I was a real motherfucker. I'm too real for that. What you mean, fake it till you make it? I don't want to hear the word fake, unless you're talking about them Jordans.
No, Aaron McCann.
I was about to.
I covered my bases. I covered my bases.
I was gonna let you finish, though. I was gonna let you finish.
I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you. I covered my bases. I think I'll let y'all cook.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all cook. Let me go ahead and get my defense up.
now.
But it's like, yeah, fake it till you make it. Nah, man, I'm a real. I ain't about to do none of that. But it's a lot of that in the league, in our culture. Man, I'm not about to fake nothing. What you mean? Kiss his ass. What you mean? Do this. It's like, bro, that's a part of the business. Business ain't nothing real in business. It's all a facade. It's all an illusion. It's all, and that's the thing about business is they don't understand. Like black business and white business is different. White business, they can fuck each other over and still do business with each other because they know that's a part of the business. Hey man, I fucked the man over 2 weeks ago, man, and the janky ass deal went sour, but we got another deal on the table. Brothers, we don't like to do that. It's like, man, once you fuck me over the first time, man, I ain't fucking with you no more. But that's emotions in business. You got to get your emotions out of there, right? And that was the thing for me when I was coming up and I had the whole crown shit. And it was being the king and it was surviving. And I used this as a symbol of, man, I had to be something that I knew everyone couldn't really relate to. And that was survival. But now I can put this down and say, I'm no longer the king, I'm a messenger now. It's no more about me. Because this was about survival, self-absorption, self-awareness. I gotta be who I need to be to survive. But now I don't need this shit no more because I'm a messenger. I know now this is about giving the kids something that they can attach themselves to, which is truth. Your truth. Be true to you. And it ain't about necessarily faking it till you're making it. It's understanding that business is not real. We out here to get the bread now.
Right.
So now it's like the passion for the game is what I hang my hat on. The passion for the game can now be interpreted for business now. You got to be a businessman now. Take your passion and you got to be able to transmute it to something more. You can't just always be the real nigga no more.
Being the real is sometimes can be being real broke.
Yes.
And as long as real talk, and as long as your integrity is not compromised, then it's not really faking it. It's doing what you have to do. Because I'm all for it. Like some stuff I'm not gonna never do because my integrity. But when it comes to like this game with basketball we talking about, you gotta take your emotions and your feelings out of it sometimes because this is a result-driven business. This is a professional environment. You gotta show up regardless of how you feel and be a professional if you wanna last. Because the average career anyway is 3-4 years, 3.5, 4 years, regardless of age. Whether you come in at 19 or whether you come in at 30, you got 3 or 4 years on average, and that's it. And how you get past those 3 or 4 years is playing the game, knowing and understanding the game within the game, and having somebody teach you that, taking your feelings out of it. Okay, I'm on the bench, or a coach is saying something to me, I'm not taking that personal. I'm in the gym, I'm running, I'm in shape. So that whenever I get my chance, and you gotta remember, I might get traded. So I might go from not playing to being thrust into a lineup. So if I'm pouting, then I get traded to a team, I'm out of shape because I've been pouting for 3 weeks, for 4 weeks. And so you gotta learn that, and you gotta have people that can sit on the bench as players and communicate that to the young dudes.
Is it playing a game or just is a respect level of understanding that everyone has some type of entitlement to power, right? And understanding that everyone has feelings. And if you can discard people's feelings, right, they open up, right? So when people said, like, when I said, the reason I got 111, I got my 111, 2 knee surgeries, damn near going on 3 knee surgeries, it was 2 knee surgeries. I said, because I had a relationship with the owner, right? I went to ask him how he's doing, right? You're talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions, billions. Like, who talks to the billionaires? Nobody asks billionaires how they doing, right? It's all about business. Everyone's scared of them. You go up there and say, hey, how was your day? What's going on? What are you going for lunch? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? And then they're like, yeah, I was just going to Olive Garden and talk to this and have the wife in the movie. Oh, I've seen that movie. That's a good movie. Let me know how the movie was. And you talk to them like regular human beings, they treat you like a regular human being. Right. Same thing with a coach, right? I know I'm not playing, right? I know he's intense. Let me go ask him some regular ass questions. Hey, coach, what you doing after this? If you have any time later on, can you show me some plays or how to get better a little bit? And what, like, you know what I mean? It's improving you, and it's kind of taking away this police versus robber thing.
Victim.
Right, you know what I mean? Like,
break the wall
when I get pulled over, hey, how you doing? Was I speeding? Oh, my bad, I ain't mean to. I know my windows is talking to me, go ahead, roll them down for you. Right, you disarm people.
Yes.
Right, it's the gift is disarming, referees, everything, and that's what playing a game is, learning how to disarm, you know.
Even when you talk about the referees, it's like I was taught to know their name, know their first name, Shotty.
First name, yep.
And when I became the team captain, I can go to the circle, shake their hand. What's up, Tony? What's up? Y'all good? All right, cool. Now, in the game, they came to me and they talked to me because I knew their names. And there was an element of me, a leadership quality that sprung up that I knew I had an advantage over everybody else on the team because I was polite. I understood the business, the qualities of respect, and then becoming personable. All right, not being you gotta smile. They love your smile, Shad. They love it. You got to smile more. You got that frown on your face. They don't like that shit. They don't like that shit. And that's body language. And that's the thing we're not taught is when you get taken out of the game, like you was talking about Kmart's son, run, right? When you come out of the game, run, right? Shake everybody's hand on the bench because the camera's on you, son.
People watching.
We see that you didn't tap the first 3 motherfuckers. Who you don't like.
And the coaches and the GM see it.
Yeah.
We watching. We watching. So